This Sunday we will continue this theme of Christ as the bread of the world, broken for us, but also nourishing us and being nourished in communion in the Eucharistic feast. So of course we have lots more bread that will be occurring in our prayers and in our music, both our hymns and the choral anthems. At the offertory, the choir will be singing O Bread of the Earth with a musical setting by Michael McCabe, but the text is really quite striking. It's a newly composed text by a poet, Michael Tancredi, and it's worth really drawing your attention to the text itself. O bread of the earth, I would follow you under the prayer to the depth of your making. O word from above, I would wait for you rising in the bread to the moment of breaking. O weak flesh that I am, I would move in haste to the place of my taking. O my soul within me, I would prepare you with longing for the day of your waking. So this really beautiful journey that starts with seeing the wheat rise, and then we ingest it as we are being awakened to new life. Really powerful text. The composer sets this with a very contrapuntal style where every voice has its own individual line and they weave in together. So the voices enter one at a time with these words, phrase by phrase, starting, O bread of the earth, I would follow you. Very plaintive and expressive and giving the words full exposition so that you can really think about and meditate on those words as the choir sings. At communion, we'll be singing if I can be kind of personal for a moment, one of my favorite hymns in the hymnal, Deck Thyself, My Soul, with Gladness. And this is a hymn that I've sung a lot of bedtimes with my own children. I love the text and I love this tune so much. It's a German chorale tune and a German text from the 17th century. And so in German, it's Schmücke dich, lass dich mich lassen. And the English by the 19th century translator Catherine Winkworth, Deck thyself, my soul, with gladness, leave the gloomy haunts of sadness, come into the daylight's splendor, and there with joy your praises render. With this very beautiful love song kind of a sound to this German chorale. Such an elegant, elegant tune. At the closing voluntary, the postlude at the end of the service will have a piece by George Shearing, the British jazz pianist. While he was on tour in America during kind of the middle of his career, he had this idea of writing some organ music, which was kind of a strange notion for a jazz pianist to do. But he was so enamored with these American folk melodies that are used in hymns and sacred singing. And so he carried around a tape deck because he was blind, wasn't notating these by hand. He would, in hotel rooms, he would improvise and work out these organ pieces based on American folk hymns. And we have this collection of really beautiful settings. As I mentioned, George Shearing was blind. And in one of his interviews, one time, an interviewer asked him if he had been blind his whole life, to which he responded, well, not yet. And you can hear some of that wit and that coyness in the way he treats the harmonies in the organ. So I hope that you'll also enjoy that at the tail end of the service. So again, we hope that you will join us here at St. John's, either downtown or on Channel 12 or on our YouTube channel, as we come together and celebrate the bread of the earth given for us.